We're live.
Oh.
Took that a little too far. Welcome
Sorry.
to Drunk Tech Support.
Whoa! Rich, what's with all the energy?
I don't know. It must be this whiskey.
Oh. Continue.
I'm Rich.
I'm Jason.
Who's being the wet towel this week?
Well, I was just trying to give the opposite energy. We got to keep that balance.
Oh.
I'll be the wet blanket tonight.
Okay. So one of us always has to play the part of the wet blanket.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Nobody wants to hear a pod with two guys that are full of energy.
Two texts, one guy, or wait, what did you say? Two texts, one
Two
cup?
texts, one pod.
One pod, yeah.
Or two guys, one tech.
Two
I
guys,
don't
one
remember.
tech. Oh, man.
Did you see Matthew McConaughey had to stand up and tell us how to act?
No, I didn't, because I don't really pay attention to the news.
Oh. Well, there's been 37 mass shootings since our last podcast.
Right.
It's not funnier. It's just serious.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm just laughing at the way you put it.
Oh. So I guess Matthew McConaughey got up and I don't know, delivered some, like, he called a press conference, and it's basically about gun control and crap like that.
Gotcha.
And then people were like, well, what? You're opening your mouth? You start in exactly 22 films where you used a gun.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and like...
But he was just acting.
No, I know, yeah. And then George Takei...
Wasn't that the Alex Jones defense? It's just a character I play. I'm not actually
I'm just doing a character. All that gay frog shit, that was acting.
Acting!
I'm an actor! So George Takei tweeted at whoever's complaining that, I starred in, like, X amount of years in Star Trek using a deadly phaser weapon, but I still...
you don't use phasers?
I'm like am a Buddhist and, like, non-violent and stuff. It's acting, people!
Acting!
Rich, do you like my hair?
Yeah. Actually, it is kind of cool. When you told me you were going to do gray, I was like, really? Why? But it kind of looks cool.
It does. It doesn't look... It actually looks blue. I don't know why. Every time I try to dye my hair, like, if you saw, like, not filtered through a camera, I look like one of those, like, SJW, like, triggered people that you'd see on the web.
Did you see my new shirt?
Yes,
not really
I did.
New. It's new since we did the pod last, but, like, because we had that big hiatus. But it says, the future is here.
The future is here with a floppy disk. I just want to get a shirt that is just, like, nothing but, like, the front cover of, like, PC World magazine from, like, 1992.
94. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd probably be pretty easy to make.
You want a computer? It's $4,000. And it's only got 16 megs of RAM.
Only 16?
Dude, that's a lot. I mean, what Bill Gates said, you're never going to need any more than... How many K?
I don't even remember at this point, but it was low. It was low.
Nobody needs more than 16K RAM.
No. Why would they? Did I read the notes right? Are you renaming the Game Corner J Game Corner?
Jay's Game Corner.
Oh, because it just says J Game Corner.
Well, because I was trying to keep in line with our previous title.
Right, that's what I thought. So.
I call it Getting Jay with Games.
Ooh. I actually like that idea.
Yeah? Okay, here, I'll retitle it. Getting Jay with Games. Alright. Rich, we own Xboxes.
Both of us.
Wow.
Andy
I've
likes,
had
Andy likes the new name. Getting Jay with games.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Rich
not
found
only.
this.
Well, I was going to say,
Rich
not
is
only do
always
you have
like
one, but
14 to 20 years behind on technology when it comes to consoles.
it was only more like 10, but it was still a
Mm-hmm.
fuck lot of a time. Like,
And I'm surprised you could even get an Xbox. You're the one that told me about this deal that you found. I'm like, holy crap.
yeah, so apparently there's something going on with retailers right now where they don't have any Xbox Series X in stock. You can get the S sometimes, but not the X.
Yeah, because if they put them on the shelves, people swoop in and buy them all and then sell them for $8 to $1,000.
But whatever the reason, they still have a bunch in stock, but they do it through this Game Pass program where you pay $40 a month and they basically Netflixify your Xbox. And
oh, I got to turn my AC off. Yeah, keep going.
so, anyways, it's not a bad deal. I mean, with the Game Pass and the hardware,
Well,
you're
is
paying.
Is it $40 for 24 months? Because that's going to be
Yeah.
a very expensive Xbox, right?
Right, but figure in the amount that you're paying for the Game Pass too. That's included. So
Nah.
it ends up you pay probably like $100 more than you would have if it was
Now our
bought outright. But
is,
you can find one. They exist. in
they're
stock.
there. I think they do it this way because scalpers aren't going to go and finance 20 Xboxes.
Right. That's
They
true.
want to buy them with cash. So I saw. So yeah, Rich is like, I played Halo Infinite. I got an Xbox. I'm like,
I beat
wow,
it, by the
really?
way.
Oh yeah, it's not that long of a campaign.
No, it isn't. But there was some parts that were like really hard, but I finally got through them.
Yeah, when you didn't technically finish the game because you can keep playing.
No, I beat everything. I got all the
You
fobs,
did
I got,
all the side quests.
yes,
and crap?
everything.
Oh,
Everything that I
haven't
can
done
get. You can't go back to the island after a certain point in the game.
Yeah.
So there's like 4 things that I didn't get on the island because I didn't know better at the time.
No, you can't fly back to it.
Nope.
You call in the.
I tried going in every direction. I went with the wasp. I tried jumping with my grapple shot. I tried everything to get to that island, and every time you get close, it says return to the battlefield, and then it kills you.
Leaving game area. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Well, how are you gonna know your first time playing that you have to like?
Well, it tells you. It pops up in plain as day. It's like you can't return to get any more Spartan cores or anything. And I was like, oh yeah, whatever. I'll come back.
I don't need that crap.
But then I don't. They were serious. You can't go back.
I'm big on not completing achievements. Like I really don't care.
Yeah.
Like I'm not one of those people. It's like I got to beat the game and then beat all the achievements. And
it was kind of a bummer because it was a quick game. I will say, like, I mean, it was
good
like a
though.
week. It was a great game, but
the storyline was pretty
quick.
good.
And because of that, I got through it, and I still wanted to play. I still had the itch, so that's why I went back and did all the side quests. But now I'm like, well, now I'm never going to use it again.
Rich is all like, you got any more of them side quests?
Exactly.
I'll suck your dick. We're allowed to say that, right, Rich?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Doesn't have a negative connotation.
I liked it, and you were mentioning before the game that you just got the Master Chief Collection, which the only game that's not included, except the new Halo, Halo 5 isn't included in the Master Chief Collection.
Really?
And from what I've been told, from my brother is, that's because it sucks. It's not even worth playing.
Any of them.
Don't even buy it. Don't even get it. It's not worth playing. Don't get an Xbox just to play it.
For some reason, I had the 360, but I never played any Xbox games after Halo 2. Like, when we used to play Halo 2
3 and 4 on the 360, and then 5 came out with the Xbox.
Yeah, so I never played any of them.
So now I'm going to play 5, because, you're doing the Master Chief Collection. I beat all of them.
Yeah.
And then Halo Infinite comes out. I'm like, well, I should probably play Halo 5 first.
So play it. Don't listen to your brother. What does he know?
I'm not going to listen to my brother. I've already... I couldn't find an Xbox back then, so I just played Infinite on my PC.
Yeah.
So now I'm going back, and I just got 5. Okay, the one thing, 1 terabyte is not enough drive space.
Oh, I
nowadays.
know. I've only got
Dude.
100 gigs left.
I installed 6 games, and I'm like, I got 10% remaining on my drive.
I was like, terabyte, that's nothing. I'll be fine.
Yeah. when I got my gaming laptop, thank God, you take the bottom off, there's a slot to add a second hard drive to it.
Nice.
So I had 2 terabytes.
See,
but apparently you can plug in any old USB hard drive and use it as space.
So, yes, and when I went, okay, so I thought a terabyte was going to be enough. It obviously isn't. But when I bought it, I went into it thinking, what is it going to save? Like updates and stuff? Like no big deal. But it actually rips the entire game to the drive.
That's
which
what I'm
is exactly how I used to do it with the OG Xbox.
Yes, that is true. But games weren't like 200 gigabytes.
No, an 80 gig drive was enough back then.
Yeah, for quite a few games. Yeah, that's one of the things I hate about it. And I know it's for faster loading. That's why they do it. But
yeah,
you buy the disc. So when I got this, I'm like, I'm not doing digital purchases because we've talked about that.
Yeah.
Digital purchases.
And that's exactly why I got the Series X, because I didn't realize everything was going to be digital anyway.
Yeah, I know. You could have just got the S. So the S must come with like only a terabyte, right?
Probably, which is ridiculous because
maybe it's so they can sell those memory cards
digital.
There is a slot on the back for expansion cards, and you can, as far as I know, you can plug in a USB hard drive.
Yeah,
which is
but that's
helpful.
Not the issue. You can't put discs.
You can get like a 5 terabyte drive for like $150.
The good thing is, I know we bitch a lot about digital games, but at least they'll be playable even if Xbox Live isn't working, because you'll still be able to play them because they're on the hard drive. So
yeah,
so that's
so
nice.
Yeah, so I bought discs. I bought the Tony Hawk 1 and 2 disc, and I bought I bought what I thought was Halo Infinite. When I was picking up my Xbox, I just grabbed a few games. I grabbed Halo Infinite, Tony Hawk, GTA 5. And then I get home, I open up the Halo Infinite disc, and there's nothing inside of it. I apparently bought a collector's edition tin to hold your Halo Infinite disc for $9. I didn't pay attention to the price.
Oh my god!
I'm just like, I'll take all these, which is fine because it comes with Game Pass. A lot of stuff came with Game Pass. Yeah, that's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, Game Pass has a lot of games on it, and
they do.
In fact, there's only been one game that we got since we bought the Xbox that wasn't part of Game Pass, and that was the one we got 2 nights ago, which is fucking awesome.
What is it?
So it's a game where you work in teams. Like, one person doesn't look at the screen and uses their cell phone, and they have the instructions to defuse a bomb. And you're
I've heard
the
of
bomb diffuser, and it's really fun. It's called Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun.
I didn't say yeah. I feel like I did.
It's all right.
God damn.
I still say so anyways all the time, and
yeah, I know.
Every time I do it, I cringe, but I'm like, whatever.
I'm just gonna start editing them out.
There you go.
There'll just be these gaps in our episode. They'll be more annoying than if I just said yeah. So back to the discs. I'm like, oh, yeah, I got the disc. Then I have a hard copy, and it's not gonna take that much space on my hard drive. I pop the disc in. No, it installs the entire game, and then downloads like another 80 gigabyte update. That 1 terabyte is not enough.
Not even close. Yeah,
no,
it's been a bummer because I literally have 100 gigs left, and I've only had it for a couple weeks now. So.
Well, you don't got a spare external drive lying around?
Well, of course I do, but I don't want to use it for that.
The other thing I'm worried about is dust. I'm looking at that big ass fan on the top, and how fast it spins, and I'm like, there's so much dust in my apartment. Plus, I vape, which turns into like a sticky goo. which is going to attract more dust. So they do sell air filter kits for the Xbox.
You need to get one of those like old plastic bags things that you put on the old computers, like over the CRTs.
A dust cover?
Yeah.
No, those are for when you're not using it. I'm going to be using it. I haven't turned it off since I got it. Yeah. Well, mostly I've been downloading shit all day. It takes so long.
The other day I got like 4 games all at the same time, and I had to wait for them to download. I never got to play them that night. I had to wait till the next day.
Yeah. That sucks. Apparently they'll download while you're playing a game.
Yes, but they won't download more than one.
No. I'm so happy with the backwards compatibility.
I know.
Like I got the 360 emulator. Yeah. I got Geometry Wars 2.
Nice.
Which I thought was going to be gone forever because I don't think it was part of Xbox Arcade on the 360. And there's the original Geometry Wars 2, and then Geometry Wars 3 Dimensions, which I don't like as much because they take a 2D shooter and make it 3D.
Nice.
And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, nice in concept, but I was like, fucking drizzle with your hockey. He's like, oh, sorry, going live. Hockey going into overtime. Tied it. He gives me like the stats on the game, like I know anything. He's like, tied 2-4.
Ask him if anyone's done a hat trick.
What is that?
It's when you get 3 goals in one game.
Wants to know if anyone's done a hat trick. Oh, is that where that comes from? That phrase, hat trick?
Yeah.
Oh. So yeah, the dust covers. I actually just went on Amazon and ordered them. They actually like stick to the back of the device.
On there.
Yeah, and cover over. And there's one for the top, but I'm like, there's no dust going inside the top. It's blowing out. So why would I need one for the top? I got a shitty Xbox chat mic, like the 360 had. So you could talk shit when you're playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, I think I still
even though
have
I could plug this like 7.1 surround sound headset into the controller, but I need that like old school shitty Xbox mic.
Right.
You know, it crackles when you move your head and stuff.
Yeah.
I got a illuminated keypad for it for typing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm super into this Xbox thing now. I actually use my living room.
I'm excited because we
can play together.
We used to play Halo 2 all the time back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we were potting a few years back, you had an Xbox One, but I only got a 360, and we could never play anything together because nothing was cross-platform back then.
And you suck. Why would they make it cross-platform?
Platform?
I'm only on my second drink. Yeah. Well, that's your fault. I mean, I could have gotten a 360. I mean, just now they're like shutting down all that crap.
Yeah, well, I believe they were making them until 2015. It was a 10-year production cycle. So,
wow. I have a 360 now. My brother gave me one because he had like 2.
Yeah.
And I have all these old games. So the 360 compatibility, you can access the game library from the 360 store. So I got Geometry Wars 2, which is freaking awesome. That game's like, did you ever play that or did I ever show you?
I've seen it, but I've never played it personally.
Yeah, it's addicting. I love it. I had like like a 9 billion point score in passive mode. That's where you can't shoot, but you have to lead all the bad guys around the screen to these explosives to blow them up. It gets really complicated really fast. And one night I took too much Ritalin, was drinking, and I was like, I hit that Jedi moment where I just could see the Matrix, and I like never got a score like that again. Of course, I'm nowhere near the top score for that. If you look at the scores for the games, people are definitely cheating. Somebody's like 178 billion.
Maybe people have less of a life than you.
Less of a life than me? I don't think that's possible, Rich. So yeah, I'm super psyched. We're gonna hook up our Twitch to it.
Yes.
So I'll need that information, and we can stream. We can play together. So I don't know if we stream, we get a like a party going, you and me, and then we can chat, and that'll get picked up on the. Daryl says, ha, not tonight, nor this series, but there's been a few during the playoffs.
Lame.
Wow, hockey speak.
Yeah, look at you learning all about hockey tonight.
Ugh. So that's Xbox news, and
most of tonight is games, because you have like 6 topics about EA.
Yeah, but the majority of them are me bitching about EA and making fun of Battlefield.
Yeah. Wow.
Which I started playing when you were like telling me you're getting ready. I was like, can't stop playing Battlefield. I gotta go back and relearn how to play.
Yeah.
Playing a first-person shooter on the PC, is way different. I'm so rusty at playing with the controller. I got like 0 kills.
I got I don't know if I told you, but a few months ago I got Dying Light 2 for my PC.
Yeah, is that a zombie game? What is that?
Yeah, but it's
zombie games.
Actually really good. I actually enjoy it, and I'm not a zombie guy. Like, I don't really get into that. But I do like Left 4 Dead 2, and I do like Dying Light 2. But
Left 4 Dead 2 is fun.
Anyways, point of the story. They have it on the Game Pass, so I thought, well, let me just get it on the Xbox. But then I was like, wait a minute, it's going to be totally different.
Yeah.
So I was just like, screw it, I'll just play it on the PC.
I have my brother got me the Xbox One Elite 2 controller.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Elite controller for the Xbox?
I have not.
It's a $200 controller. It feels $200.
Really?
There's like a weight to it. It's got like this nice rubber mesh around it.
Good if it weighs something.
Yeah, they just put chunks of metal in it, like the Beats by Dre headphones. Just put big old chunks of metal in it. It feels heavy. It must be expensive. That's my favorite line for Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Where the kid's got the binoculars. And he's like, put those down. Are they heavy? Then they're expensive. So I Elite controller. Okay, so it's super customizable.
Really?
You can completely reprogram the buttons into any scheme you want. So you go into a game where there's only like Halo, there's like controller profiles. You can't like on a PC you can do key binding.
You can just remap every single button.
Yeah. It also includes. Hold on a second. Let me show you.
All right. I'm gonna drink my whiskey while he's gone.
All right. So I mean,
nice.
First glance, it looks like an Xbox controller.
Yeah.
But it comes with these interswappable.
Nice.
Buttons. They're magnetic, so you can. So there's I don't have the
magnets are strong enough where like
it doesn't even know. Yeah, you don't even notice. So these are the flat ones. They come with rounded ones, which I don't like. The rounded at the top. The D-pad is comes off.
Nice.
And you can replace it with like a circular pad.
Huh.
And on the bottom, they have finger triggers.
No shit.
These go to A, B, X, Y, but of course you can program them to whatever.
Yeah.
And they come off. They're just little things. It's such a good design. I really like it. There's switches here. You can actually adjust the sensitivity.
Really?
Of the triggers. Nice. Like it physically it turns them into like a hair trigger, I guess, is how you would explain it.
Nice.
It's got hold on. It's got so that the programmable buttons I was telling you about, you can save 3 profiles on it.
Oh, nice. You can switch between them in real time.
Yeah, see?
Nice.
It is such a well-made controller.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I love it. So that's the Elite controller. Which I've been using on a PC this whole time, so it's nice to actually use it on an Xbox.
On an actual Xbox.
Yeah.
Anyways, as I was saying, we have a lot of game topics because I also want to talk about something sort of game related, but actually phone related. And you have a bunch of bitching about EA again. I like.
Yeah, but they're all gonna roll up into like a short complaint about EA.
I'm not saying you're wrong. EA is terrible, but it's almost to the point where we're beating that dead horse, you know?
No. Oh, I just drank straight liquor.
That's all I'm doing. What are you doing?
I was mixing it with Pepsi, but I forgot to put the Pepsi in.
Every now and then I'm doing a chaser with some Diet Coke, but otherwise it's just straight.
Yeah, I'm not a man. I just don't drink my whiskey straight.
You gotta have that whiskey face.
Oh, so EA can sense the vultures circling, and they're just giving up on 2042.
Really?
They've open the link. Open the damn link. They've like severely cut down the staff to like a skeleton crew. So they're already it says this game is basically down to a skeleton crew. It's down to like the bare bones, and those people are specifically just working on the promised additional seasons that the game needs to meet the requirements. Wow. So they're just doing the bare minimum now.
So
like they don't care. So they what?
They're C students.
Oh, C students? Yeah. No. This is an F game, Rich. They're just doing enough work so they don't get sued.
Wow.
Because people that bought the premium edition, like the pre-order, that means like they get all the whatever seasons of content for free, like one new soldier every season, a new map.
Yeah.
And if they don't do that, then people can sue. Which
there has to
like,
be an out clause, like it's only good for so many years or something. They're not gonna get into an agreement with customers that
I don't know. Like I think they have to put out a minimal amount of content.
They really have to
make it
like every time.
They gotta put out, Rich, like a hooker on the clock. I can't think of a metaphor for that.
I mean that's sufficient.
They the skeleton crew is working to pump that stuff out the fastest and cheapest it possibly can.
Jesus.
But there's been an update. So this wasn't directly from EA. Some guy named oh my god, they only get Jeff Grubb. Who the hell is he? This might be fake news. Speaking on his premium...
I'm glad you did the research before the show started.
No, I look at the title of the link, and I'm like, yep, that's going in the pod. Speaking on his premium giant bomb show, Grub Snacks, transcribed by VGC. Journalist? Oh, he's a journalist? Where is it? What's his source? So EA has denied his claims, saying in the statement, this is untrue. There's a significant team across the studio focused on evolving and improving the Battlefield. So where is he? I take this back, ladies and gentlemen. I am so sorry. We are committed to the future of Battlefield 2042 and our areas of focus for the game based on what we've heard from our players, which they've kind of done. They have like this, I don't know if it's weekly or bi-weekly. They release like a video update where the developers sit down and they talk about stuff they're changing in the game.
Right.
They just released. They just released. That's why there's so many players. If you look at our Battlefield player count,
the most I've ever seen.
You notice it's like it's more than 2,000, which is usually under. Yeah,
I've never seen it that high.
On release day, maybe.
Well, yeah, but I didn't even.
On release day, it was like 100,000, and that dropped off fast.
I didn't even know this game existed until you started bitching about it. So.
Well, you don't freaking like Battlefield. I had to like drag you kicking and screaming into Bad Company.
Honestly, the only time I've ever played Battlefield is when you dragged me into it.
We could totally play it now on the Xbox.
We could. We should do that.
Okay, so they just released Season 1, which when games release seasons, it's usually like
new content. Yeah.
Content rich. Unfortunately, EA's releasing seasons is more like a plug, just a bunch of plug fixes. Yeah. They released one new specialist, which everyone loves specialist.
Right.
Called EWE Lina. Eulina.
Well, EWE is you.
Eulina. Ew. So they. Ew. Eulina. And a new weapon in the form of a rocket launcher, which is a video controlled. So you fire a rocket, it doesn't home in on enemies. You have to like pilot it once you launch it.
That's interesting.
It also adds stealth helicopters and a new mountainous map called Exposure, which is set in and around a Canadian research facility after a landslide has exposed its interior. So, they, Season 1 was originally scheduled to launch early 2022, but it was delayed till the summer, which I guess it is now, yeah? So that
it is summer, yeah.
Yeah, DICE could focus on bringing the base game up to scratch following its troubled launch.
But will they?
So the Season 1 is basically 400 patches.
And then Season 2 is going to be like 6 different pay-to-win mechanisms.
Oh, that was another topic. Wait, was that on my notes?
I didn't see it on there. I did see some stuff about the servers going down, which I didn't hear about. But...
Yeah. So to add insult to injury. Also, first, I apologize. I'm very upset that I read that article without doing the research. But I tend to not put notes in until the very last second before we pod.
This is true. I've been better about doing it over the course of the week. And every time I go to put something in there, there's nothing from Jay. Ever.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. Us here at Drunk Tech Support Media strive for integrity and hot chicks. And maybe hot transvestites.
Ew.
Depends if they're post-op or not.
Jesus Christ.
So there was some...
We got a whole new low on this show.
No, we've gone way lower. And there's nothing wrong with, like, wanting to bang
This is true. This is true.
Which I'm not allowed to say. Only transvestites can say tranny. What did you just say? And I said, oh, yeah, that was...
the server went down.
No, not that. Before that.
What about
pay
to win. Pay to win.
Pay to win.
I think we might be drunk.
We did spend like 45 minutes setting up and drinking before we actually got going. Can you slow down? You're drinking. At least I'm cutting mine with Pepsi.
I barely drank any.
Ugh, that's gotta be so gross coming back up.
It's not gonna come back up because I'm a man.
I'll never drink. Was it Fireball?
Ooh, yeah, no. Do you remember the Aftershock night?
Where does this happen?
I did the truffle shuffle at our friend Kelly's house.
Yeah, post breast surgery. What a fun, exciting life we live.
I know. No, this is Apple.
It wasn't an small-mint surgery.
It was. That's true.
By the way,
probably shouldn't talk about people on the internet.
I didn't say a name.
I did.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh shit! We gotta cut this all out.
Anyway,
we're live. Oh no!
Battlefield.
Pay to win. Rich.
Jesus. Focus.
You folks. You started talking about a party. There is a rumor, and although I can't trust any of my sources at the moment, that something was leaked that EA was going to try to put microtransactions into Battlefield 2042. Holy crap. I wouldn't put it past them at this point. I don't think they can expect anyone to pay for anything relating to this game. I'll try to look into that. Maybe I'll have some info next time. But so they give away skins and stuff as like rewards for like completing weekly missions and crap.
Right.
So another thing I read, take it with a grain of salt. EA pulls cosmetic skin because of the Russia-Ukraine war. So in Battlefield 2042, the main superpowers. This is supposed to be like post World War III, like the whole point of it. Of course, there's no story to really go with, but what we're supposed to get is that this is like environment has like failed, global warming and all that crap. What are you laughing at, Rich? We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
So, you were talking about transsexuals a minute ago.
Was I?
Yes. And one of our viewers messaged me privately and told me to ask you about Bailey J. And I didn't know what it was, so I Googled it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay, I don't get it. I see them, they.
They, yes.
I'd hit that.
Apparently,
I'd let that hit me.
So anyway.
Oh, anyway. Do we need to take a minute, Rich?
No. Battlefield.
So they had a helicopter skin that was basically just the shark face on the front. You know, on like the old airplanes that have like the mouth.
Yes.
Of, like
the,
sharp teeth.
The old like World War II planes. Yeah.
So they pulled that. They're like, oh, I'm sorry. In today's climate between the Russia and Ukraine, we feel it's in bad taste. I'm like, your freaking game.
Bad taste?
The only
is Russia using these old timey
World
War II jets?
Like it's like where is that stupid title? I don't know. It is. I'm so unorganized. As far as I know, nobody's used that since like World War II. And crap. But for some reason, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's a bad taste because of what's going on."
I don't know how
they hit that. Perfect.
Yes. I don't know how it's insensitive though. I mean,
I don't know either. Like
the
it's
whole
like,
game by that standard, the whole game would be insensitive because it's war.
How many games feature Russia as a protagonist?
A lot.
Yeah, like EA Games owns Red Alert.
There's
where
probably
Russia's
more,
a playable faction.
Yeah, there's probably more about Russia than there is about Nazi Germany at this point. Like,
yeah, and if you really want to be sensitive, you should make playing as Russia make them like a bunch of pussies. Like you can't win the game if you're playing as Russia.
Ooh.
Nah. You know, let's go all in. So that was just something I noticed while I was researching.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, quote unquote researching.
I would be interested to know what their thought process was though, because I don't see it. I'm not seeing what's offensive about it.
Hold on a second.
So while you're looking that up, I thought I should mention we're gonna have a special guest tonight.
Oh, special guest, Rich!
Yeah,
I'm
we
so
haven't
excited.
Had one of those in like a long time.
No,
who was our last guest?
Carl. It was definitely Carl. Carl or Jana or your wife.
Mm.
And like my brother, if you count him yelling at me from across the apartment while we're potting.
Well, it's our first special guest since we've come back from our hiatus, so I'm excited.
So I guess Ukraine's not doing very well.
I don't know. I haven't watched the news, and
I really haven't.
Weeks.
So they posted in light of
since I got my Xbox.
Okay, so they're like because Russia seems to be gaining a foothold in Ukraine. The fact that we release like a skin that's Russian is bad.
Okay.
In light of current events, we have disabled the weekly mission system for this week, and this week's reward is no longer available to unlock.
So the reward was specifically a Russian plane.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're playing as a Russian,
I don't agree with it, but I understand at least where they're coming from.
I guess. I mean, at this point, they're just doing damage control. Like we can't afford anything bad to happen, Rich. Nothing. You know what I mean?
Nothing bad.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, their servers went down. So to add insult to injury, they had an outage the other day. Oh my god. Right after they released the update. So they're like, if you're looking forward to testing out the new specialist and map in Battlefield Season 1, you might be having issues connecting right now.
I wonder if
this load persistent data error is a message that people have been getting from day one. That was one of the major complaints. Like when the game literally was first released, people were like, we go to join a game, we get this load persistence data error, and the game crashes. These guys, man.
They were really saving the user.
What?
They were like, no, you don't want to play this game. Trust me.
It was somebody internal was like,
trust me, dude.
They should just shut everything down and just give up. Which I thought they were doing. I'm about to look into this now.
The headline does say they are reportedly in abandoned ship mode, so the assumption would be something's going on. But
wait a second. Let me go back to that. Let me go back to that article real quick because I'm like, Battlefield's apparently in abandoned ship mode. This Grub guy. Who is he?
Grub Snacks.
Where is it? What?
Grub Snacks.
EA. I don't understand. Everyone needs to have a universe now. Everyone with a franchise, ever since Marvel, everyone wants to have this interconnected universe. And Battlefield 2042 was the first step towards that vision.
Oh Lord.
It's in December, EA announced its intention to create a connected Battlefield universe alongside widespread changes to the franchise's development structure.
So does that mean that I could play Bad Company and then cross over into 2042 maps?
It doesn't make any sense at all. I'm like, is the storyline part of this universe? Like, how are the game? Because 2042 does have that mode, that portal mode, where you can play Bad Company old maps.
Really?
Yeah. People say that was the only redeeming feature of that game is portal mode.
That's it. I was disappointed that Halo Infinite didn't have Blood Gulch.
Ah, yeah. Well, you got the Master Chief Edition now.
I do.
You can go play some OG Halo. Yeah. So first of all, if you don't know, EA, DICE. I bet you EA told DICE, hey, that Fortnite is pretty popular. Hey, Overwatch is pretty popular. Hey, some other Battle Royale bullcrap is popular. Do that. Don't keep doing what has been working for like 20 years. Change everything.
The whole idea of if it ain't broke, don't fix it doesn't exist in EA.
No. They want money. Money. Which we were talking about microtransactions. EA just sucks the life out of every property it touches. They come in, they find a new game. They'll like take the company in and partner with them, and then they'll microtransaction and change the game till it sucks, and then all the people stop playing it, and then they fire that company, leaving them like penniless with a property that's been like reputationally ruined. Like as far back as I remember, they did this with as far back as I remember, they did this with Red Alert, Tiberium War. I guess it was Command & Conquer 4. It was you're familiar with those games? Like
I'm familiar with them, but I've never played them. You always try to.
You build little bases, and then you can like build like army guys. You can build tanks. You can build planes. It's a war game.
A real-time strategy game.
Yeah. So when
I didn't realize that was.
I gotta look. I don't want to get the title wrong. Huh?
I didn't realize that was an EA game.
Oh yeah, they have a bunch of titles. Why did I just pay $2.99 to Apple services?
Microtransactions.
What did you just charge me for, Apple? Hold on. Loading.
Yeah, you always try to get me to play Red Alert, but and I actually have it installed. I think
that'd be
on
so
my
fun
EA Games account.
It's all they have them all on Xbox. Command & Conquer, Tiberium Twilight. So you got this property where the gameplay is the same between each game. You know, new units, updated graphics, new cool stuff. Yeah. And then Tiberium Twilight comes out, and they're like, oh, yeah, let's get rid of the whole building a base thing. What if instead of you having to, like, build a base, create structures, mine resources, what if you just have this battle station that moves around the map and can create units, which rendered the game, like, annoying and completely unplayable. Because you're so used to starting out building your base. You got to build power, then you got to build like resource gatherers. You got to send them.
That these games also involve the Soviet Union, so there's that Russia connection in there.
Yeah, well, that's Red Alert. Tiberium.
Yeah.
Command & Conquer. No, you're playing as like Nod, which is like the evil cult bad guys. You play as basically like the UN, and there's actually no Russia in that game. But yeah, Red Alert.
Red Alert is
Red Alert. Commanding. There's two different storylines. There's Tiberium Wars, and there's Red Alert. Red Alert, yes, does have Russia. Tiberium does not. It's two separate like universes.
I'm not familiar with anything other than Red Alert, and that's only because you made me.
I'm like, Rich, like this interesting property. No, I don't want to. So what was I getting at? EA like just ruins everything. Everything's like pay to win. Like I was talking about Plants vs Zombies. It's literally unplayable. It's like.
You know, after our podcast, when you mentioned that last week,
yeah,
I found it on Xbox Game Pass, and I can play it with no ads or anything.
See, that's cool. I don't remember playing on the Xbox, so I don't know how well it plays with the.
It plays pretty good. Like,
does it?
I would say it's as good as on the iPhone, which is.
I played it originally on the iPod Touch.
Yeah.
And I do have the original PC version. But it's not high def or widescreen, so it's kind of like very retro looking at this point. Nice. That game is so old. It came out in like 2011. 11-year-old game.
It's crazy to think that like the original iPhone came out in like 2007. Like, how long ago was that?
No, did it come out like 8 or 9? I don't think No, it came out right when the iPhone.
It was 2007.
No,
What are you talking about?
I don't know. No. I'm talking about the iPod Touch.
Oh, the iPod Touch. Yeah, it came out around the same time as the iPhone.
I don't know what I was thinking about that. Oh, because that's what I played it on.
Because I had like a second gen. Around the same time that my buddy got his first iPhone 3G.
What happened to our wallpaper?
It doesn't last the whole thing, so it has to restart.
There's a black screen, Rich. Oh my god,
that's 3 seconds. Jesus.
That's so ghetto. Oh my god. Anyway, oh yeah, so this is what happened last time. I tried to talk about EA, and I kept getting like sidetracked.
Yeah, we maybe doing a podcast about getting drunk is not a good idea because we're all over the place.
Didn't I say that? Didn't I say, hey, Rich? Maybe we should get drunk out of the title.
You've been saying that since 2015.
All right, I'll drink to that. Boy, I love being drunk. Although we haven't had a moment where one of us was like fall on the floor drunk.
Not since early days of the podcast.
Yeah, we took things a little too far back then.
We sure did.
Back on track. So PopCat.
Stay on target.
Stay on target. PopCat Cap is the company that made Plants vs. Zombies. Right. And this problem extends to every game released by EA. EA bought PopCap, I don't know, sometime mid 2010s, somewhere around there. And
I actually didn't know that.
I played the original Plants vs. Zombies on my, like I said, on my iPod Touch. There weren't any ads. This is also back in the day where you could just buy a game.
Right.
You didn't have to subscribe to it. And I love it. I played start to beginning, no ads. And then EA takes over, releases an updated version, like a high def version for the newer phones. And it's so you play one level, and then you got to watch 3 commercials. You play another level, you got to watch 4 commercials.
Jesus.
There's like ad buttons on everything. Literally, when you start a level, a little rake like falls down from the sky and lands, and you know it's an ad if it's got like the play icon on it. Watch a commercial to get this update, this rake.
Yeah.
And it sits there blinking on like the game map until you click on it. So you got to click on it and then cancel to make it go away. There's an ad up in the corner. Like
having those trouble are the with types of games I won't even play. Like after 1 or 2 ads, I'm like, no, I'm good.
No, and I'm like, I want to keep playing it because I love that game. They're using your nostalgia against you.
Right.
Like, people are going to want to play, but then all the new people that play are going to want to spend money to win. Or not even spend money, like just the ads. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure it does. EA's involved. I'm sure they have microtransactions involved in that game. Oh, buy a 3,000 pack of sun stuff to boost your next game. You know what I mean?
Sun stuff. Yeah.
Sun stuff. I couldn't think of what they would call it. Yeah, so I'm like, and it's not just Plants vs. Zombies. They do this with all their games. Every game EA release has some sort of microtransaction bullcrap attached to it. And are you interested in skins? Like,
No.
I'm imagining as little kids that are like, oh, I can make my character look like Spider-Man.
I mean, that said, on Minecraft, I did have some different skins, but...
Yeah, but they're free.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't
pay for skins.
You didn't pay for skins, did you, Rich?
No.
All right.
It's ridiculous.
It's a business model that's making them billions of dollars,
which
apparently.
Is unreal.
Because they do it with every...
My kids know that I have a rule. No pay-to-win bullshit. At all.
Yeah. Yeah, even like... I'm thinking of Candy Crush. I don't remember who owns that game. That game is constantly shoving pay-to-win crap in your face.
Yeah.
Buy this special candy to beat the map. Here's a super hard level.
King is the...
King.
By the way. Yeah.
Okay. I've been playing that game since 2015. I've not spent a cent on it.
Yeah.
I am on level freaking 600.
You played that game for that long.
It's addicting. I love it.
Yeah.
I won't spend any money on it. Games I have spent money on. Fallout Shelter, which is a phone Windows app where you manage a little ant farm looking.
I actually remember when that came out.
That I spent money on it until I realized there's a hack where you could set the date back to like 1960.
Ooh.
And like earn these bonus rewards that'll basically things that you would have had to pay for.
Nice.
Game I spent ungodly amounts of money on. Battlestar Galactica Online. And they do it on purpose. That was a pay to win game. They're gone. I guess they lost the licensing for it, so they just dropped it. And everyone that paid thousands of dollars on their ships, they're just like, sucks to be you. Which is, why I don't like digital crap.
Right.
I dropped, I'll say $600. But back when I did it, that was a lot. Like I don't even think I was making $600 a week back then. So I go into the game, I immediately get my ass handed to me by somebody that's like a level 3000 that like paid the super upgrade their ship, and I get my ass handed to me. So I'm like, I'm gonna get this guy. I gotta pay money to add armor to my ship and make my weapons better. So I fell into that. I fell into that, and I spent $600 goddamn dollars that I didn't have.
I've lost some respect for you, Jay.
I know. I was so into Battlestar Galactica back then, dude. And it's gone. It's just gone.
Yep.
Screw you, they say. But yeah, EA loves that. They have the biggest reputation of taking like intellectual property, running it into the ground. First of all, making the game poorly. We've seen that. And then trying to nickel and dime everybody for every little thing. I hate them. There's no way we're at an hour.
Yes, we are.
We should have just called this like a game episode then.
Yeah. Jay's games.
All right, I'm going to get off games now. I'll skip that next topic. I put that in as filler. Did I just bitch about Battlefield for an hour? Like, what the hell?
No. We talked about other stuff, too. We kept getting sidetracked.
Oh, about our Xboxes, and we got sidetracked.
Xboxes and transsexuals. And...
Transsexuals.
So, as I mentioned, we do have a special guest, so we need to get our special guest to join us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, great. So excited, Rich.
I know
this is the beginning of the end. This is the beginning of the end.
Why?
Oh, you know why. I've talked about it before. You and your butt buddy. So you're going to go behind my back and start your own show without me. And Jay's done.
I don't know.
I found my replacement. This is hashtag replace Jay all over again.
Oh man. I'm
not gonna be nice to him.
I was trying to do replace.
Who
Jay
the hell just type replace Jay? See, I know it. Anyway, who is our special guest?
This special guest is Andy, and we're gonna be doing a special segment of Apple innovation because there's some cool new Apple stuff that was released in WWDC this week.
Do we only do Apple innovation if it's like an ironically bad product?
Sometimes.
Or do we just do it? Okay. I thought we always do it.
I think personally, like most Apple innovation isn't very innovative.
No.
But they are the first to make it super popular.
Well, the genesis of the jingle and the idea of the topic is Apple taking something that already existed and then calling it their own.
Right.
Was the reason. And then dumb things like the mouse that you gotta plug the charger to the bottom. I can't get over that. That's a troll. They did that on purpose.
You think?
How long does the charge last? Maybe if the charge lasts.
Like, if
it lasts like a year, then I guess fine.
I've had my mouse for my new iMac since August of last year, and I've charged it 3 times.
Okay. Well, I guess you're not constantly.
But to be fair, my Logitechs last as long or not long, if not longer.
Yeah, I barely replace the batteries in my stuff, but I mean, they could have just put the charger in a more standard location.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, anyways. Point is,
special guest.
Special guest, Apple innovation. So I'm going to play our jingle right now. I know you love when I play jingles, but I'm going to do it.
No, I love when you have to announce that you're going to play the jingle. Like, it takes all of the energy out of the jingle. Go ahead, play it.
I played it already.
Oh, my.
Welcome to the show, Andy.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I'm going to fucking kill myself. Why does he take up the whole screen when it switches to him?
What do you mean? That's only for you, not for the
it's
stream.
only for me. Okay, all right, I got it.
Everything's special for you. You can't hear the intro clips, and you get all of Andy when he comes in.
Andy, I get all of you.
Well, yeah, that's good.
So, this is the infamous Andy I've heard so much about.
Yes.
You met Andy when you helped me move.
Yes. We did
I
meet.
know. No, I know. Doing a bit here.
Oh,
Fair enough.
So Andy, you gonna go behind my back and start a podcast with Rich?
I don't have any immediate plans to do so, but
no
I'll let you
immediate
know.
plans.
It's the Rich and Andy show. Fuck Jay.
But as just to be fair, we do talk about Apple a lot, and I know we usually kind of rag on him a lot. But Andy actually used to work for Apple, and he's a really big Apple fan. So we're actually going to take a more serious look at Apple tonight.
Oh snap! Great. See, that's what it is. You don't want to have like this goofy show with me who doesn't take stuff seriously. We want to have like an NPR.
You know me.
You want to have like an
I love people that take things seriously.
We want to have an NPR style podcast where we talk about Apple innovation in a serious light.
I want ASMR Apple innovation podcast.
There you go.
Oh man.
Oh my God, ASMR Apple Pod. I love it.
Done.
I think it'll be great.
Anyway, yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna go take a shit. You guys do your show.
Anywho, so Andy.
Yes.
Apple had a WWDC this week.
They did indeed. It was a hell of a show too. What did you think?
I was excited for iOS 16. Wasn't really impressed with much else, except the MacBook Air. Very impressive. Did you know it's actually the new MacBook Air is thinner than the original iPhone?
I did see that infographic thing.
Have you seen the original iPhone?
I have. I have one.
I have one. Wasn't the 2011 MacBook Air thinner than the original iPhone?
I don't know.
That's a good
it's
question.
Pretty thin.
We'd have to look up the specifications on that.
And I love the MacBook Air. So
I kind of hope.
Tell me about this MacBook Air.
I kind of hope it was thinner in 2011 because then I could just say that I fell for clickbait and call it.
You did. Do you remember when we talked about the original MacBook Air commercial that was a ripoff of like a compact commercial from the 80s?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Man, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so iOS 16 was very exciting. There's a lot of new things coming. Something that I don't think they even mentioned in WWDC, but the biggest thing that I saw in the news this week was about USB-C and security.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I was really excited about that. Now, you go to the airport, whatever, you could charge your devices on those little charging things, and you have no idea if they're plugged into some data stealing
somebody's
device.
Computer or freaking Raspberry Pi hiding under the table.
Yeah, exactly. So Apple will now require permission before it'll let data transfer over USB-C. So it'll allow you to charge.
Didn't they do that anyway? Like do you trust this computer when you plug it in?
Well, your iPhone would ask you, but not the actual Mac. Like you could plug in anything, a USB hard drive, and it'll just start working.
Oh, so the laptops that charge off. They have USB charging for laptops at airports?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I mean, everything.
I figured if you had a laptop, you're shit out of luck. Like, isn't there like variable voltages and wattages for?
Well, it might end up being a slow charge if they don't have a nice big power supply behind it, but it'll charge.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah,
that's interesting to know.
I have literally charged my MacBook Pro with an iPhone power block.
Really?
Just because that's all I had, and I plugged in a USB-C to USB-A and charged my MacBook, and it worked great. It took like 20 hours to charge.
I was gonna ask.
But it charged.
Yeah, your device is slow charging. It might take a couple days.
Super slow charging.
Yeah, I get that message. So I'm trying to find a freaking photo of the MacBook Air.
Oh,
Go ahead, sorry.
I would say I go to Apple's website for the MacBook Air, and it just says Air on the screen.
If you go to, it should maybe go to the shop page for it. But what I was going to say though is I really like the new form factor. They got away from the traditional wedge.
Yeah, it looks more like iPhone-y.
Yes.
It's got the rounded corners.
And that's something that they've done really, really well recently is their hardware design fluency. I think they're really doing well with bringing a sense of oneness in all the devices, both, with just like the way that they look and I don't know. I think it looks good.
Oh my God, they brought back MagSafe?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the side view.
Right here. Oh, wait. Hold on. And they show the original iPhone.
Yes.
Andy, you got to be very quiet because I can't see when you're talking. It flashes over to you and I can't see the screen. When did they bring MagSafe back? Has that always been back? Or were the Airs always MagSafe?
No, that just came back last generation MagSafe return, so that's a new thing.
Yeah, it was like around the same
I
time
love
that they
MagSafe.
brought MagSafe to the iPhones.
Yeah.
So and the whole idea is that you don't have to use up one of your USB-C ports for your charger now. You have a power dedicated MagSafe for and then all the rest of your USB-C ports are available for accessories. That was the whole point of it.
And you can also still charge USB-C as well. So
true.
I hate Apple, but I love that.
Yeah.
Out of all the Apple's product, I've always been a huge fan of the MacBook Airs since it first came out. Like just the functionality, the form factor, like what it can do. Like it's just a great little machine. It is worth the $1,000 or more that you pay for it.
Definitely.
Except when you drop your entire tax return on one and then your kid puts a Lego on the screen and then slams it shut.
Oh.
Like 2 weeks after I bought the damn thing.
Did you have Apple Care Plus?
Of course he did.
Oh hell no. You want to spend $200 a year on keeping this safe? Nope. You know what I did? I traded it to this mechanic for fixing my car.
There you go.
All right.
But I freaking love those machines.
I wasn't very impressed with the new version of Mac OS's name. I'm kind of getting sick of the locations in
Oh, they're still doing that? The mountains.
It's California locate. Yeah, it's Ventura.
What's it Ventura?
Yep.
Why don't they just stick to cats, man? There's so many cats.
I think we would have run out of cats by now.
No, Calico. I don't know, some other cat. Oh, Grumpy Cat.
Yeah,
macOS Siamese.
I want macOS Grumpy Cat now.
Oh man.
Andy, do you see that? Did you see my upgrade Mac comic that I made years ago? Is that on any of our?
I don't know. I wasn't able to find the image of it that I took. I do have the physical comic.
Oh, just Google how to upgrade your Mac.
Wait. We have a video on our YouTube that's basically the same joke.
No. Wait,
yes,
what?
The new video I made, the little animation with the crappy animation.
Oh. Your stop motion drawing video. Oh, I love it, Rich.
It's terrible, but the joke still hits hard.
What was that service you used? I will pay for it if you create some more fun cartoons like that.
I will send it to you.
Okay, please do.
So anyway, Andy.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of cool stuff in WWDC though. I mean,
there was.
macOS aside.
What does WWDC stand for?
Worldwide Developers Conference, I think.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay.
But there was a big change that you wanted to come on the show to talk about, so I'm going to let you talk for once.
Awesome.
Hit it, Andy.
All right. So, I they didn't make a huge deal about it at WWDC, but, coming from my background more focused in the security world, I'm really, really excited about their new passkeys. And so I really wanted to come on kind of to talk a little bit about what my thoughts are, how it works and what impact it might have. But, also just to really drive the point home to Jay that Apple cares about his privacy and security, and that's why he needs to come back to the Apple ecosystem.
Oh my God! Are you fucking serious?
So this is all a sales pitch?
That's all this is.
This is a vendor email in a podcast.
Apple paid him to turn me.
Oh man.
No. But seriously, there are some really cool implications as to where this could go, and so I'll just dive right in. So a little bit of backstory. Basically, the FIDO Alliance, which is one of the primary authentication standardization providers, have been working a lot with big tech recently. So they've been working with Google, Apple, and Microsoft for coming up with a way to get everybody passwordless. And so obviously the problem is that everybody sucks at passwords. People, will use really crappy like generic ones. We know that that's old news.
I don't know.
And
Password
there's really
1, 2, 3.
yeah. And there's nothing that we can really do to force people to actually use good passwords or have good credential hygiene.
Yeah.
So
Actually,
that's what
the harder
passkeys
we
are
make
about.
it, the worse it is, because then they're just going to find ways around it and write things down under their keyboard. And...
The more complicated they make that process, the more people are going to write their password on a sticky note.
Exactly.
And stick it on their screen.
And therein lies the problem.
Ridiculous.
Exactly. Yeah. So what passkeys are a way to take biometric authentication provided by Apple devices and convert that into a seamless passwordless authentication process for any app, website, or service. So on the back end, it's using public key cryptography. And so that's where it's actually pretty cool, because Apple's taking, this very common certificate-based or key-based authentication, and then they're just putting it on top of their already really well-built biometric authentication system and marrying those two together to, give a more seamless authentication.
So this works in the secure enclave on the iPhone?
Yeah.
Or the Mac or whatever other device?
The biometric part will still be handled by the secure enclave, but the keys themselves will be in iCloud Keychain. So that will be
secure enclave.
It's actually it's a co-processor. So what it
does...
Oh,
it's a dedicated processor for the biometric features? Yes. Okay, I remember that. I didn't know it was called that.
It's not just biometrics. Biometrics are one thing it handles, but it's anything with encryption keys like device encryption, and anything that's in the security scope is going to be handled by the secure enclave.
Is it like that stupid M2 chip or whatever that Microsoft's always...
TPM is what you're thinking of? And yes, yeah. Very similar.
Okay.
But isn't it called like the T2 or something? Or was that the old one?
Well, it was the T2 on the MacBooks right before the M1s. You remember I had one. I had the last Intel MacBook. It had the T2 in it. I was so mad
because there was that vulnerability found.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they were actually like A13 chips, so they were susceptible to the checkra vulnerability.
Oh, that Intel flaw that...
No, the one that allowed the jailbreaks on on like every fucking iPhone.
Do you remember like there was like this huge Intel flaw that
Spectre
was
and Meltdown.
Yeah, yes. It like affected CPUs going back to the 90s. Like it was insane.
Yeah, we could definitely talk about speculative execution at some point. That's a really fun topic as well. So here's a couple things that are interesting about passkeys. Obviously, passkeys are designed to work within the Apple ecosystem, so that presents a challenge right out of the gate in terms of adoption and getting folks to use it. You can make it work on all of your Apple devices. Obviously, it syncs through the iCloud keychain.
There's
and
a lot of people that have iPhones but no other Apple products too. So
true.
Me.
Yeah,
and
Jay.
What?
Exactly, Jay.
Yeah. Hey, I got an iPad, which is day by day, update by update, becoming more useless. Thanks, Apple.
Why is that? Is it getting slower?
Well, I don't know what this is only like a 4.
So might not be able to be updated anymore.
Well, I have no. It is. It's not an iPad 4. I'm saying it's like 4 years old.
Oh.
Okay.
But my iPhone's an iPhone 8, which I know is out of date, and with every update just comes little things that are like slowly adding up, like app crashes, like functionality not working,
like planned obsolescence.
That's what I'm getting at. Are you fucking serious?
Oh, I'm dead serious. We could sidebar on this topic. I'm never gonna get to passkeys if we talk about all these other things.
All right, we'll have that. We'll have another episode with like a debate.
Yes, I'm happy to talk about. I really genuinely do not believe that planned obsolescence is a problem or a thing in the Apple ecosystem.
I mean,
You
I
don't
would
think,
argue
you don't
it,
think a
it is, but it's
global
not.
multi-billion-dollar company
No.
wouldn't make it
Jay,
so you had to keep buying their product year after
the
year?
key is that it's not planned obsolescence, it's just obsolescence. Things
It
get
just
old.
happens.
Yeah,
It's
We've talked about this, Rich. What is changing so much in the code year to year?
It's not so much the code that's changing, it's just the amount of stuff we expect our computers to do.
I don't.
Asking them to do more and more and more.
I think they just alter the code little by little. Little by little. No reason, just little by little. I feel like we've reached the maximum amount of like processing capability that mobile devices can do.
You just go onto the Apple like code repository and somebody submitted a pull request that's just a bunch of semicolons and it just keeps repeating.
Why not?
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's a big conspiracy, but I think
Rich, so now you don't believe in planned obsolescence all of a sudden?
No, I didn't say that.
Because your butt buddy?
I just said most of the time
here?
it's just obsolescence.
Oh my
There
God.
are definitely times.
I'm feeling
like
triggered.
HP,
I'm
for
feeling
instance.
attacked. I need a safe zone. I need
Like
a safe
HP,
space.
for instance, had their time bomb in their products. It does happen. I just don't think it happens as much as we think it does.
You don't think Apple does that?
Nah.
Oh my God. Okay,
I will.
fine, whatever. I'm outnumbered. It's all good.
I'm definitely open to returning to discuss that topic in detail more because I do like that topic as well. All right, but I'm gonna circle back here.
Passkeys.
Yes,
Passkeys.
So we talked about obviously, like that that it's going to be on device or on your Apple devices, and then that presents the challenge of being able to access other things. There is a proposed solution to that where services that support passkeys, if you're logging in on another device, it'll pop up a QR code, and then you can scan the QR code and still authenticate using the same process. So that actually kind of loosens it up a little bit. But the fact is that all of the private keys for every single service and every single thing that you use this for are still only in the Apple ecosystem, and you can't take them anywhere else. So I don't know. I think that's to be expected from Apple. It's kind of how it goes. But I'm curious as to what solutions Microsoft and Google are going to have in this scope, to kind of compete with that.
I'm interested. I find it interesting that they didn't think about outside of the Apple ecosystem with such a whether Jay wants to admit it or not, this is important. This is something that needs to happen because password security sucks.
Yeah. And
I feel like if they were going to do it right, they should have thought about other devices outside of their ecosystem.
Well, I mean, it's not like they didn't because like I said, there's the QR code thing. So there is a way to log in with other devices, but it's just
why not just make a browser plugin for Firefox and Chrome?
That sounds great.
Hey, Drizzle.
Drizzle.
Uh-oh.
I got a mouthful
We
of
got all
chicken.
kinds of people here. Johnny Ivy has all the private keys. Johnny Ivy doesn't even work for Apple anymore, Mike.
I think that's the joke. He has all the private keys.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
Oh man.
But yeah, so like it's interesting to think about that. But and then the other part is like that it is creating a unique key pair for each individual site. I thought that particular aspect of it was interesting. Like instead of having just one, like with PGP, instead of having your PGP private key and everybody else is encrypting using that.
Yeah.
It's a unique key pair.
Interesting. I mean, obviously we have oodles of storage nowadays compared to what we had 10, 20 years ago, but isn't all that data eventually going to add up? Like, aren't you going to have a huge key store somewhere?
Yeah.
I mean, think of all the different websites that we go to.
Yeah, like I mean, if you open keychain access as it is right now and just go to your iCloud login keychain and just start scrolling, you're just gonna find shit for days. Like there's just crazy stuff in there.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely true. I mean, every stupid little website that wants us to sign up to do anything, like to read a forum post about classic Macintoshes, or you have to set up an account. So
Yeah.
here's another website, another key.
Yeah, but you can just log in with Facebook.
Oh, right.
Anywhere.
Watch
everything.
Twitching.
God.
Everything's
So
connected to
bad.
the Facebook. You can never get rid of your Facebook.
And see that you're right, and I did that, and that was the biggest issue when I tried to get rid of Facebook. Is everything was logged in with Facebook, so I had to go back.
Do you want to know a
take
secret?
it off.
Do you want to know a secret? I believe if you attach your Facebook to it, you can still log in. You just use the email and password that you used with Facebook.
Except 90% of those services, you have to go in and set up a password first before it'll let you, because it doesn't actually let you set a password if you sign up with Facebook.
Maybe we shouldn't attach everything to Facebook.
Maybe.
Probably not. That seems like a real bad idea.
Sorry, continue.
No, you're fine. I mean, in fact, actually, we can pivot on that point as well because what those are using is web authentication, WebAuthn, and that's what passkeys are going to use as well. That's how it's actually going to do all the key exchanges and all that sort of thing, and the challenge responses that it requires to actually authenticate. So it's actually not that different of a concept.
So yeah, it's using existing authentication tools.
Exactly, just Apple Magic on top.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
I mean, but again, I go back to why not spend, pay one programmer to write a Windows app that will do it, or a Chrome plugin. Like, come on. Like, I get that they want more people to use Apple products, and I get that they're a company trying to make money, but come on. If you really want to change the world, you gotta cater to the idiots.
No, there'll be no negotiating or working with Microsoft anymore. Not since Office for Mac.
Which is such a good product, I gotta tell you. Nothing better than Office for Mac.
What was the last version they made? Was it like 2011?
I thought there was a 2016, but of course now it's all Office 365.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't know that there's been a new one.
I didn't know there was a new one. It was 365. 365 2021. Oh, that's for Windows.
Yeah, but I think that was the last one. I don't know that they're going to release another one.
No, especially because you can do all your crap on the web. Oh my god! So this job that I'm doing is like basically a data gathering job, because I told you there's like 20 different hospitals with 20 different emails and 20 different Active Directories and all the systems they use, and the project is merging them all into one. Everyone has one unified email and one login across all the systems. I forgot what I was talking about. Sorry.
Yeah, that's cool. It happens.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool that I couldn't get to the point I was making.
Oh my god.
Oh, so I can't use the desktop version of Excel. So we have the spreadsheet that has way too much data. It's like 7,000 rows of like users and data. And I mean, at that point, you might as well convert it to a database and use like Access or
there does come a point where you need to
SharePoint.
Stop using Excel.
Yeah.
A point that most people ignore.
No, they ignore it. First of all, the job can be automated. I'm like, you got this Excel sheet with emails and names. You could automate that to send emails. And they're like, no, we need you guys to do it manually. Which I'm like, fine. Working with Excel online is like the biggest pain in the ass. It has so many issues so many things that the PC version does that the web version does not do. I freaking hate it. That's all I wanted to say. I don't know if you've used it.
I actually have never used it. I always opt for the desktop version because it actually works.
And I do a lot of like.
I mean, let's be honest. If I was going to use a web-based Excel, I'd just use Google Sheets.
Gross.
I've actually never used Google Sheets. I've avoided that ever since I knew it was a thing.
I will say that the one advantage of any of like the Office online products is if you're trying to collaborate, I have much better success with that actually working properly in the web apps than I do with the desktop apps. I gotta give them credit for that.
Really?
In my last job, we had like I don't know, about 13 people accessing the same Excel doc, and it's cool because you can go in. It just like our Google Notes, you can see where I am, what I'm highlighting, what I'm doing. It's cool like that. But if you're making a major change, you can affect everyone else's work. Which something happened where I had to basically restore the whole thing to like a couple hours earlier because there's.
But at
just
least
so
you have that
up.
ability. I mean, if somebody had done that to a file that wasn't being backed up on a file,
there's also a functionality you should be able to view it in offline mode.
Yeah.
Not offline, but in the desktop version that's still connected to the web.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a company policy or something, but I cannot do that because I did that at my last job.
Yeah,
and I use a lot of like the fancy Excel functionality with like formulas and stuff.
Sure.
You know, especially because you get this job, they want you to do everything manually. I'm like, look, we can totally automate this.
I love companies that tell me how to do something manually, and I'm like, yeah, let me automate that for you.
Yeah, that's what I told him. Like, I'm lazy. I don't want to do all this, so I'm gonna automate it.
I only got into IT so I could automate things.
Yeah, and like they keep like saying I'm some sort of Excel magician because I know to use like VLOOKUP and shit and like color code lines based on data and cells, like stuff like that, like really simple Excel stuff. I hope they never listen to this. It's a I don't go blabbing in my work.
I mean,
like some people.
If history repeats itself, they might. You know.
I'll be the next one to freak out and delete all of our stuff. It'll be awesome. So yeah, and if this company. So it's a 5-month contract to do all this work, and 7,000 isn't even the end of the list. I think it's like 1/3 of the list. So I can get through maybe 1,000 manual emails a day, which is step 1 of the project. That could have been done in an hour if you automated it through like Power Automate or something.
Yeah.
But
maybe
I should run my mouth because I'm going to talk myself out of the job.
That's all good.
Well, you can automate all this, right? And then you won't need us.
And then you won't need us. In my experience, even if you automate things, they'll find something else for you to do.
Oh, no, I know. So I'm like, I don't know if just people suck at doing stuff, but they're like always complimenting on like how fast and I'm like, I'm really good at like
really lazy people
consolidation.
Like,
well, I'm like, so this list, like I said, I blew through 1,000 a day. Like they split like the 7,000 and
DeVito do.
Oh, you have a picture I sent you? No, don't put it up. No. Don't put it up.
No, I won't put it up because we don't.
My coworker looks exactly like Danny DeVito.
So I get a message from Jay the other day, and he was like, "Hey, check it out! My coworker looks like Danny DeVito," and I like immediately just died laughing.
Like you send him text him the picture that I sent.
Yeah, I can send.
Yeah, yeah, it's like uncanny. It's like really weird talking to him. He doesn't sound like Danny DeVito at all, though. But anyway, so he's older. I mean, you could tell he's like having trouble with like technology and stuff. Like he couldn't even join our first Teams meeting.
Oh my god.
I had to like have him share his desktop so I could show him how to go into device settings in Teams and select his microphone and
oh my god.
He's a wicked Yeah, he's a wicked nice guy. Like, I don't have anything against the guy. He's just the type of guy that these kind of jobs attract.
Andy knows all about working with people that don't know what the hell they're doing.
I was sitting over here thinking, man, I feel your pain. I get it.
Yeah, I've done tech support for quite a number of years, and I understand that.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
So,
There's one everywhere, unfortunately.
yeah.
At least.
So the project is taking way more time than it should, and I just want to be like, please let me automate this, and we'll be done in no time, and then I'll be out of work. They've already like offered me. Oh, so I was saying, like, so I get like about 1,000 manual emails sent in a day. Probably more if I'm actually putting effort into it. And this guy is like only done 700 in the first week there.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Like, he's so slow. And they're always like, you're so fast. You're such a magician in Excel. So I'm like, should I have gotten into accounting or something? Like, what kind of job involves spreadsheets and shit? I'll just do that. Like, data consolidation.
It's always
Like-
been funny to me, like, companies I've worked for that rely so heavily on Excel and then,
When they don't need to.
And they don't even understand it. Half of their staff are like, I have no idea how to use this, but
They don't know to use formulas or anything. They just use it as a list, basically. I'm like,
yeah.
you could program this to do anything. So the emails we're sending out basically has a link that sends them to a Microsoft form. They fill out the data. That gets dumped into an Excel sheet. And then we're supposed to go through that Excel sheet, copy and paste that data into our list. I'm like, you can just use VLOOKUP to manually have that data imported based on the email of the user.
Yeah, I did a similar job on contract for Odesk way back in the day. And I mean, it was just collecting emails and stuff and putting them in a spreadsheet. It was almost the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But they paid me like next to nothing to do it. I mean, like,
oh, really?
They're probably way overpaying you for what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm making pretty good money for what I'm doing. And they're like basically offering me a job. They're like I know you're really fast at this, so if you get through your email list, we need help with onboarding. And then if you want a job when this is done, like I guess the medical field, obviously it's in disarray after COVID.
Yeah.
Like totally effed everything up.
Well, both
I
myself and Andy and one of our viewers have all worked in healthcare at one point, so we're familiar with how broken it is.
Oh, okay. I haven't worked in healthcare since I worked at the Elliott, and that didn't go well. So they're like, we got like 20 different hospitals with all the, like I said, all the different systems and everything. They don't talk to each other, and their IT staff is like so thin, and I guess people are just quitting left and right. So this woman that is in charge of the project is actually like the IT manager for everyone, and she seems to be doing everything. I guess they might have like 3 help desk guys.
I see that at too many places. Like the managers just end up doing everything. Ironically, that's how it was at my employer prior to me getting there. And, and I am guilty of wanting to do everything myself because people are idiots. But over the years, I've learned that I can't do everything,
and you shouldn't.
Yeah, but a lot of managers still do, and it's terrible.
Really? Well, so yeah, I guess like the healthcare system, like I've been hearing like horror stories about it, and I guess just between COVID and the complexity of their systems and network and users, they were like somebody like got hired, worked here a week. It was like hell no. And I was ready to walk out just going through the training.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you like the acronyms of like these hospitals and stuff, and I'm just like, this is like, I don't know. I'll do what you want me to do, but I don't really understand the scope of what you're trying to do.
All the companies I've worked for over the years, every single one of them had a different list of acronyms to learn, and I mean, you had to learn them every time, and then you never forget them.
Mm-hmm.
But you never use them again. So, like, how much space are old acronyms taking up in my brain that I could be using for other things?
IDK, LOL.
I'm using those ones at least.
Is that some sort of in joke?
No. It was
literally
just
was just
acronyms.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
All right, guys. I'm gonna drop off here.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Andy.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Get out of here.
See you next time.
That was good to see you, Andy.
So, I guess we need to set up an OnlyFans account.
Didn't we bring that up?
We may have. I don't know.
I'll show my butthole. If that's what people want to see. I don't manscape, by the way.
Oh my god. Only J's. Drizzle.
I wish we had like people with Photoshop skills that listen to us and can make all these dumb memes for us.
Yeah.
Only J's. That was good to see Andy. I haven't seen him like forever.
Yeah, it's been about a year. Cause
I hope he doesn't think I have anything against him. I'm really just like.
No, I think he understands the whole hashtag replace Jay as an ongoing joke.
Yeah. Nice goal. And I really do just hate like the kind of conversations you guys were having, where it's all technical and boring.
Security and well, fuck security. Oh, Jay can't have security.
My password is 32 characters long.
Uh-huh. Is it
That
just
work.
J over and over again?
Yeah, it's just J. I use a passphrase.
I'm impressed.
Bitch. Well, I have to. They force you to.
Oh. But you wouldn't.
So, like, it's a 24 character limit for your password. I'm like, I don't know anything that's 24 characters long. Want to know what it is?
What?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, come on.
Hey, Drizzle! What up, buddy?
Drizzle, there's no way he's alternating case like that. It's just capital J, A-Y, lowercase.
No,
it's
like
J, A-Y.
No. It's like the SpongeBob meme where you spell things like you're talking like this. This is my special password for work.
Oh,
that's my password. Is there a way to change our name from Restream to actual?
I don't know. I mean, I pay for Restream. You think they'd give me the ability to say, call myself a jackass?
Up to this point,
something.
I didn't know that. Up to this point, I thought that was just somebody watching us. I didn't know that was you.
I mean, it very well could be a setting that I just have to change, but I haven't really took much time to look at it. So anyway,
good stuff.
Yeah.
We're done, right?
No, we have more notes. I had something really exciting I wanted to talk about, and actually, I kind of wish Andy had stuck around for this because.
Why'd he bounce?
I wanted to get his opinion. Well, mostly because we just kind of
stopped talking about
changed topics,
security crap. Sorry. Well, Andy should know that if he listens to the show.
Well, he also probably isn't on our level. I mean, how much alcohol have you had? Because I've had a lot.
I've had a bit. I could drive. I'm gonna do lift. I'm gonna do lift after this.
I like that J with a @ symbol.
Oh, you don't like J! Exclamation 6969.
Oh my god. Anyways, no, I was kind of hoping he was still here because this involves an alternate.
Eddie, call back in.
An alternate app store for the iPhone. Apparently, somebody found a way to install it, and you literally just install an app on your computer, and then go to the menu, go to install on your iPhone, and it installs it on your iPhone. And then you can go to the App Store, and you can get like third-party apps that haven't been approved for the App Store, the Apple App
Oh my
Store.
god. You know what that reminds me of? The Kindle. Where they had their stupid Amazon store, but there was like a third-party app to install the actual Google Play Store.
Yeah, because it was just Android underneath. Yeah. But anyways, so this store is called Alt Store, A-L-T Store. Very clever name, mind you. But they have an emulator called Delta, like the airline company. And it is on this alternate app store. So you get the app store and then you get Delta. And then you can play everything from the original NES to the N64 and even some DS games on this application. It's an emulator that plays all of them. But they just added support for the Nintendo Switch controller. Both the Joy-Cons and the Pro Controller.
I thought you could do that.
You couldn't, but they have it supported in this emulator now.
Really?
So
now I'm interested.
So, yeah, and you have an iPad, so you could install this. And I mean, it's pretty.
It's called Delta.
Awesome. Delta's the emulator, yeah. Alt Store is the name.
Oh wait, so all right, repeat it. I'm doing it now. How do I get to it?
So you have to get Alt Store, ALTSTORE.
In a browser?
It's an application you install on your PC.
So it's from the App Store.
And then
I love my Apple products.
Once it's installed on your PC, then you plug your iPad in and tell it to install the App Store.
So it's something I install on my PC first?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not set up to like sync with my PC or anything.
Yeah. So anyway. Yes.
Are you really upset that you're talking to me now?
No. I'm actually like really excited to talk about this topic because being able to use the Switch controllers on the iPhone is huge, especially for
I don't know about
games.
I don't know about the Switch controllers. They look so dainty and tiny.
The Joy-Cons? Yes.
Yeah,
Have you used a Pro controller? Because those are pretty good.
They just look like an Xbox controller. Yeah. And I don't know if Nintendo lets you synchronize a Xbox controller to it. Because I can sync it to my laptop, but that is Microsoft.
Knowing it, Nintendo, probably not.
Can you sync an Xbox controller to a Switch? Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
You can.
You know, I have a PS5 controller that I use on my Apple TV to play Apple Arcade with.
Is that the one that looks like it's wearing a bikini?
Maybe.
It's like black and white, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at it, it looks like, not bikini, like a spaghetti strap top.
Interesting. I've never looked at it that way.
Really? There's so many memes when it first came out.
It's good to know that you lust over controllers.
Dude, I'm a, what's the name of people that want to bang objects? There's like a thing.
Probably a thing.
Into, objectophilia?
If you say so.
Objects. Sorry, go ahead. Continue. Objectophilia. That's what it is. It's where you want to bang inanimate objects. I might have that.
So if we do our next pod and you have like weird holes cut in your walls and your dresser and stuff.
Everything in my room has a hole in it.
We know.
Wait. So if you use a fleshlight, does that mean you're like objectophilia?
I mean, it depends. Are you envisioning it as a fleshlight or are you envisioning it as a woman? I don't want to know the answer to this. So, next topic.
I don't know. Let me go get it.
Microsoft.
Let me go get it. Hold on. Hi, my name is Jay, and this is the Glorial.
It's like a Jackass video.
God damn it. God damn it, Drizzle.
So anyway, Microsoft screwed up last week and accidentally allowed Windows 11 to push out to computers that was not supported on.
What?
Yeah, so they made a big deal about how we can't upgrade to Windows 11 unless you have an 8th gen or higher. And then there was a bug that accidentally released it to them anyways.
A bug.
A bug.
Well, like Windows was definitely going the Apple route where they're like,
Yeah.
their system's not supported, even though it can run it. So why are we saying a bug?
That's what Microsoft said it was. They were like, don't worry, it's a bug. You can't really install it.
Was it like in quotes every time they said it?
No.
They're like, don't worry, people, it's a bug.
No, they just said it's a bug and the right team is investigating it.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think they should have just let you install Windows 11. As much as it sucks and I don't want to use it and I'm avoiding installing it.
I can't tell the difference. I honestly don't. I've had it for a month now, and I forget that I'm using it.
Did you switch the start? Did you move the start menu to the left?
No, but I don't use the start menu. I haven't used the start menu since Windows 7. You hit the Windows button on your keyboard and you type stuff.
Yeah, I do that all the time, but
That's all you have to do.
I also click start.
Not me.
And then look at my tiles. I love the tiles.
I have never clicked this.
Am I the only one in the world that love Metro and the tiles and Windows 8 and the stupid Windows Phone?
I will give you this, okay? Because when Windows 8 came out, I was absolutely in love with the idea, but they executed it terribly. And then Windows 8.1 came out, and they fixed it, and it was perfect. And I could actually pull up Metro in a screen and then work in other screens while it was still up. So then live tiles were actually worthwhile because you could have them up at all times.
Right.
But then they got away from the whole idea because everybody whined about it.
Because Microsoft will do something innovative, and if it's not immediately accepted, they cancel it. They're like, fuck it, everything's gone.
Which is different from
how
Apple
do this with everything.
Apple
they did it with the Zoom, they did it with the Windows Phone, they did it with the Duo. Sorry,
Apple does something.
They did it with Windows ME,
and they just jam it down your throats. And they're like, "We don't."
Yeah,
care
they're
if
like,
you
"Screw it. This is the way now." Sorry,
this is the future.
Sorry, you're so simple-minded. You don't understand it.
The future is here.
That literally is what Apple does.
Yes.
They're basically like, except when they don't. Except when they're like, "Oh, guess what? SD card slots are back.
And HDMI, don't forget. There's HDMI
and USB. Sometimes they go too far.
Yeah. But anyway.
Wait. Not that they go too far. They don't have Steve Jobs, who has the balls to stick with it.
True. That's true. He was
Because he probably would have been like, nope, we're done with that. Adapt.
You will adapt to serve us. Resistance is futile.
I was going to say something about assimilation, but you went the other direction.
You will assimilate to Apple products.
I did have, so I think it was last week we talked about Tay. We haven't talked about it in a while, but we were on an AI topic and you mentioned
the Hitler bot.
Yeah. So funny story. It seems like history keeps repeating itself with AI, because as AI has gotten more and more popular, more and more people are doing stuff with it. Mm-hmm. And this guy trained an AI using 3.3 million threads from 4chan's political incorrect.
Why would you do that?
Board. And after training it with those 3.3 million threads, it started spouting racial slurs and engaging in anti-Semitic threads.
You traded on 4chan. Right?
Yeah. But, that it kind of... so he posted a video of it, and a bunch of AI ethicists lost their minds over it. But it's exactly the issue with AI, is there's potential for it to go horribly wrong.
Yeah.
And I know we have different views on the singularity and how dangerous AI could be, but this is a great example of why I want
the singularity to take me and absorb me. and use me for raw materials
Mm-hmm.
and just end my life. Sorry. Wait, Drizzle, I agree that Windows 8 sucks. What the hell is the Charms bar? That sounds familiar.
You'll never get me Lucky Charms.
To be Charms bar. You don't accept the Charms bar, so we're getting rid of the Windows 8. Yeah, drug tech support. Always politically correct.
Always. So yeah, it was just yet another example of how dangerous AI can be.
Along with other... Oh, yeah, I remember. I have a Windows 8 tablet, and you can, like, swipe.
Oh, yeah,
And it brings out the Charms
okay,
bar.
Yeah,
Me lucky Charms. Hey, Drizzle, what do you think of the gray hair?
Wasn't that Windows 8 where you...
Do I look my age now?
You can
Trying to fit in with Rich down there with his, like, Doctor Strange. You got, like, the Doctor Strange, Yeah, great. If you grew your hair out and, like, put it back, you'd have, like, those gray streaks.
Wasn't it Windows 8 where the Charms bar was the only way you could reboot your computer? You had to, like, swipe over and...
Well, I don't know. Windows 8 was problematic. Then they released 8.1,
Oh,
which...
fat jokes. Damn.
Damn!
Drizzle, you'll fit right in.
Rich is on a weight loss journey right now, actually.
Actually.
I
That's why I'm
inspired
drinking
him...
whiskey.
Yeah, that's why I'm drinking straight liquor. I'm on a diet.
But whiskey is supposedly the only keto-friendly liquor, so
yeah,
straight whiskey it is.
Do you know how happy I was when I found out, like, straight liquor was keto-friendly? So I inspired Rich to try keto because I, like, lost 25 pounds on it. And I've, like, plateaued, though. I'm, like, around 202, 204. I can't get under 200. I gotta do something dramatic.
Hey, Drizzle, you should do keto with us.
Drizzle, join the club, man. Do keto. All you eat is cheese and chicken and steak, bacon, eggs.
Just basically nothing with carbs.
Nothing.
You know
with
what was
carbs.
surprising is seeing what has tons of carbs, like tomatoes. Like
I look at some shit and it's like 57 carbs. I'm like, the carbs are delicious though.
They are, but they're terrible for you.
Dude, do you know how hard it was for me to, like, delete the Domino's app from my phone? Especially when I'm drunk.
I'll tell you what, though. I have made pizza, like, 6 times since I started this diet.
Yeah, you're not doing it right.
No, I'm doing it right. I'm using the keto 4 grams of carbs tortillas with a thin amount of tomato sauce for flavor, mozzarella cheese, and then
carbs.
Pepperoni. There's no fucking carbs in mozzarella cheese.
You know what my pizza
the tomato and the tortilla are the worst part, and it's a total of 5 carbs.
Do you know what my keto is? I take a Tupperware, I dump a bunch of mozzarella, bunch of pepperoni, stick it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and I just eat that.
I made tortilla chips last night too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, they were actually really good. I made them in the air fryer. It was just
with
almond flour and mozzarella cheese. You melt the cheese, you mix it with the almond flour in a blender, and it makes a dough. And then you flatten it out with a rolling pin, cut it into triangles, and then fry it.
See, I don't do any. Was it amazing, Rich?
It was amazing.
Oh my god, I don't do any of that fancy cooking like you do.
You don't cook. You just like eat cheese sticks and shit.
I just eat processed shit.
It's not good for you. Processed food's bad.
Yeah, somebody I'm doing keto. I've lost so much weight, and then this person was like, you know, the person that invented keto died of a heart attack. I'm like, thanks, buddy. Chef microwave. Yeah.
Yes.
If it doesn't fit in the microwave,
yes.
I don't cook it.
I actually, but not Korean fried chicken, but I did buy a couple of those rotisserie chickens. They were fucking good.
Dude, I bought one tonight for the show. Like, I was like,
Mike, I gotta say, I thought I wasn't gonna make it to 30, and here I am, 40-something, like, hanging on.
I'm surprised you're still with us, Rich.
Thanks.
I prepared for your death I wrote a eulogy and everything. I prepared for your death a long time ago. Here you are, still kicking. For some reason, you got COVID twice.
Yeah.
You're like super risk factor.
Yeah, well, jokes aside, I am fat as fuck, but I do eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits. I don't eat as terribly as most fat people do. I don't.
You're always like, hey, fried food, hey, this. You're like,
I
you
don't
eat like an
fried food.
Italian.
Like,
You're
I
like
hate fried
calzones
chicken.
and
Carbs are my Achilles heel. Like, I
carbs.
cannot go
Mine too.
without pasta.
Mine too.
But I did find a interesting noodle at a. So there's this. I forget the name of it. I'll find it. But anyways, there's this noodle. It's a Asian noodle, and basically it's made out of yams, and there's like no carbs in it. And if you boil them and stir fry them, the final product is very close to pasta. Spaghetti noodles.
Very close.
Very close. So I am going to try
I see
that.
stuff. Have you tried that cauliflower rice?
Yeah,
rice?
yeah.
Rice? Does it taste like rice?
Yeah. I mean, it tastes like cauliflower too, but it's got the consistency of rice. So
Does
it works well.
cauliflower have a flavor to it? Like
it's got like a
planty
nothing
taste?
flavor. Yeah.
It's a nothing flavor.
But I made actually last week, right before the podcast, you know about this. I made the stuffed mushrooms. I mean, stuffed peppers. And I stuffed them with the cauliflower
with
rice.
the tomato sauce, brah.
No. With a small amount of tomato paste, not even enough to register as carbs.
Well, that's good. It's not like processed and full of sugar and crap, but still.
And that, and Italian sausage, and cauliflower rice, and some spices. And it was fucking amazing. Top it with some mozzarella cheese.
So how's your piss strips, Rich?
I haven't used them in a few days.
Yeah, because you're in denial. What? Okay, we gotta we'll post daily piss strip photos
Let's not.
of our diet. Should we start a new segment Diet Corner with Jay and Rich?
Nah. I don't think anyone would be interested in that. I mean, let's face it.
Italian sausage
Half of the
is
reason,
low in carbs.
Half of the reason that our show is funny is because I'm a fat fuck.
Yeah, that's true. If you got all skinny and confident and stuff. Well, like I said at the beginning of the episode, I got to do the opposite. So I'm going to start gaining weight, Rich.
All right, there we go.
I'm off keto.
We'll at least have that balance.
Can you imagine if I was the fat one and you were like the skinny one?
No, because I've always
How
been
would
the
that
fat
even...
one. So I have one more topic, and then
somebody
we can end the show.
Photoshop that.
It's 2 hours long. But I have one more topic that I really wanted to get to because I think you're going to be interested in this one.
Okay.
Or at least you'll have something to say about it. So I read an article that's backed up by research that modern pop music is actually damaging our brains.
What?
Yeah.
Dude.
So they did a study with 36,000 people in 60 countries. And they found that modern pop music, like from today,
Miley Cyrus. What is current pop music? I can't even think of a single pop.
Machine Gun Kelly and
that's like rap.
That Cardi B and no, Machine Gun Kelly's like emo.
That's rap.
He's not rap.
Taylor Swift is pop.
I wouldn't consider her modern pop though. She's been around for like 20 years.
Okay,
he did used to rap. I will give you that, Drizzle. But he's not a rapper anymore. It's emo for the last 2 albums.
Oh, Machine Gun Kelly?
Yes. It's like he did his last album he did with Travis Barker. He's all emo now.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki, she's current. The Stallion, Megan
She's
Thee Stallion.
like rap. I'm just like,
but
if they're rapping, it's not pop. Pop is like
pop.
that. Pop is the crap that like my mom could listen to.
Not anymore. And maybe that's the issue. But anyways, The study
Anyway.
found that it literally
How?
damaged our minds and made us stupider.
Well, that
Which
I won't disagree with.
It's hilarious though, because they used to claim this about pop music, every generation prior to this, but now they have actual.
This new
research that
music
shows-
is making our kids dumb. They're
Yeah.
dumbing down the generation. Do you know? We're in the same generation, Rich. Like
Yeah.
back when we were young and fit,
I've never
and
been fit, but
sexy.
I've been young.
Girls our age when we were teens were like obsessed with like boy bands and shit.
Yeah.
Like I dated this girl.
Backstreet
I
Boys.
had to plead with her to tear all her boy band Justin Timberlake NSYNC bullcrap off the wall. Like all of her like teen throb magazine clippings of like the
Do you remember?
band members.
Remember New Kids on the Block?
Yes. My sister had a New Kids on the Block sleeping bag,
Ooh.
and I had a Ninja Turtles one. But you know, how frustrating it is dating a chick that's like super into boy bands.
Yeah, I do.
Like that's not a thing now. I don't think. I don't think you have to deal with that anymore. That was like an early.
Pretty
2000s.
sure the 30 and 40 somethings are those same girls that listen to boy bands, so they're still a thing.
They don't have like the boy band shrines anymore, though.
You sure?
Oh God, I hope not. Can you imagine?
I bet there's a 35-year-old single
There's
woman
some
somewhere
fucking
with a New
6
Kids on the Block.
50-year-old woman. New Kids on the Block, dude. Anyone listen to New Kids on the Block is dead. There's like a 50-year-old woman.
They came out in like the late 80s. They're not dead. That's us. That's our generation.
No.
Yes.
No, that is like 15 years before boy bands were. They might have
No.
started it. They might have
No.
started it. Really, Rich?
Yes.
Is New Kids on the
Really?
Block like? I was like 8 when they were a thing.
Dude,
It's like barely when
I
my-
did a talent show at a summer camp where I did a New Kids on the Block song.
The right stuff.
So they
You're
came
right,
from Dorchester, guy.
The New Kids on the Block.
They're from Dorchester.
Probably
Probably fucking Bruins fans, man.
Oh, they're from Dorchester.
Yeah. Actually, they started in 1984, and then they stopped playing in 1994. But then they started again in 2008, and they've been active since.
I'm sorry, they put out a new album.
So they released a music video in 2019, and then they did a mixtape tour.
I don't know that if you like New Kids on the Block to me seems dated, wicked dated. Like
Yeah.
if you see like NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, I'm like, okay, that's more relevant. That's like recent, even though recent was like 25 years ago at this point.
The video they did in 2019 was it was called Boys in the Band, and it had cameos in the video from Lance Bass, Debbie Gibson.
I'm sorry.
Ronnie
Was
DeVoe.
Was Mark Wahlberg in New Kids on the Block?
No,
Why is Google telling me this?
Donnie Wahlberg was.
This is Donnie Wahlberg, Mark Wahlberg,
No, he was
Jonathan
never.
Knight.
Oh wait, no, he was. Look, he's a former member
What?
for 1
Okay.
year. I had no idea.
Now I'm interested. Oh my God! New Kids on the Block mixtape tour 2022
Yes,
with legendary guests Salt and Peppa,
Salt and Pepper,
Rick Astley,
Tiffany.
and Unvogue.
Dude, I would go just to see Tiffany. I had a big boy crush on her when I was growing up.
See, you're dating yourself again. Tiffany was like,
Yes.
what was it, late 70s, 80s?
No, it was fucking mid to late 80s, okay? We're talking mall pop here.
I feel like I'm talking to a 60-year-old here, Rich.
Fuck you.
Hey. We don't use that kind of language. This is the family show.
Whatever.
I would like to go watch New Kids on the Block.
Wait, do you
think they're
remember?
gonna-
Do you remember when I lived in that place, that White House on the east side, and I had that red truck?
On Orange Street?
Yeah, that one. And
Yeah, I remember we took a trip to New York in your stupid
I
truck.
I bought the Playboy episode or magazine. That
Oh, for Tiffany. I remember that you bought the issue of Playboy. This is how dated you are. You bought a physical copy of Playboy to look at Tiffany. Rich, are you sure you're not 80?
I'm sure.
Okay, boomer. God damn. You did have quite the large collection of pornographic magazines.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what use I got out of those, Rich?
I don't even want to know.
Well, that's good to know. So pop music's making us retarded. We knew that.
We knew that, but it's been proven now with research.
There's been a lot of science studies on pop music. Like there was one where they found like this algorithm for like the AI you showed me, like those playing like the Post Malone stuff. There's like an algorithm to like making the perfect pop song.
Well, of course.
The notes stay within a certain range, like the vocals stay within a certain range. Like there's this. They took like every top 10 song over the past 20 years and fed it to a computer. The physical issues of Playboy in milk crates. I don't even want to name the names of the other magazines that you had, Rich. Don't make me do it.
Okay, don't do it then. You know what I did have though?
Grandmas with Jugs magazine.
Give me a break. No, I did. Do you remember that place I worked where?
You still have them?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Chunk Store. Forgot.
I keep everything. No, I worked at a place under the table when I was underage. I don't want to talk about the name of the place, but I worked on vinyl signs that are made like street signs and building signs and stuff.
Can I say the name?
No. Anywho, when I worked there, it was owned by this lady who just had bought the place from her previous supervisor.
Right.
And he was retiring and was trying to get rid of the business, so he sold it to his only employee, which was this lady. Well, then she needed help, so she hired me under the table, and I helped, and I learned how to make signs and shit. It was actually a very fun job because 4 hours a day, she left to go to lunch.
That's the best kind of job. Where you're
so when she was gone, I would just play video games and do nothing. But one day, I found the storeroom that the previous owner had stored a bunch of crap in, and he had like 20 copies of Penthouse from like 1970, like full Bush issues. Like,
which one was the more raunchier?
Penthouse. Playboy was like the classy.
One of them showed vag.
Yeah, that was Penthouse.
Penthouse. Oh, yes.
But see, back in the 70s, you couldn't see anything because it was covered with hair.
There's so much hair. I don't know what. I don't know what happened, man. Like,
but anyway, so I do still have those too.
What?
I do still have those too. But like, I figure like they might be worth something one day. They're from the 70s.
They're not. You're just a perv, Rich. A big, huge perv. And you're a hoarder. You won't get rid of anything.
I'm not a hoarder.
Is that what your problem is? You're a hoarder, Rich?
I'm not a hoarder.
I did help you move. That was quite the large.
And how much did I throw out? Hoarders don't throw things out.
That's true. Porno mags. Oh, did I tell the story when I was 11? We went to a family reunion in North Carolina, and the hotel public bathroom. I had this habit of like sticking my head up above ceiling tiles. I just I'd seen Die Hard, so super into like climbing around air ducts and crap. Yeah. And at 11, I stood on the toilet and like looked up into the ceiling, and there's a goddamn Penthouse. No, Hustler.
Oh, that one's really trashy.
Yeah,
I don't even own any of them.
And I left out there. Do you know how many times I visited that public bathroom in the 4 days we were at that hotel?
I don't want to know.
Oh my god, they must have been like, "What is up with this?"
You know, I also have the issue of Playboy that was in Home Alone.
Was it Playboy that was in Home Alone?
It was Playboy, and it was a blue.
Oh, in
cover.
Buzz's chest.
Yes.
He was going through Buzz's chest.
I have that issue.
Wow, you should frame that, man. Put it on eBay.
Yeah,
Sure, it's
right.
worth. Sure, it's worth a ton.
$5.
Is there like coveted Playboy?
I don't know. Probably.
I'm looking right now. Playboy magazine. I'm looking at a lot of people just selling bulk magazines. The collection of 5 magazines for $25.
They got vintage ones that are like 1987 Vanna White for $50.
Whoa. Playboy magazine, March 1980, Bo Derek, $100,000.
I have that one from 1990, and that one's selling for $15.
Maybe you got a good one in there, Rich. Maybe you're like sitting on a gold mine. You don't even know.
I'm not selling the Tiffany one.
Yeah, how is that going for? A lot of them are like $20. Maybe you could. I know you had a lot, Rich.
I only had a few.
A few. Like, I'm talking 2 milk crates full. This goddamn magazine. You know, magazine I liked when I was younger, Maxim.
Really, I've never actually looked at one.
It's like a rated PG-13. Like,
what's the point?
Playboy. It's like guy stuff, like car stuff, technology stuff, hot chicks, and like they usually get some like actress that's kind of popular, and she'll like dress seductively. There's no nudity.
Look at this. You can get entire years on eBay for like $20. Like all of 1994, all of 1987.
Seriously, anyone listening to this podcast, when's the last time you got off looking at a static image in a magazine?
Shit, I can't even remember that.
Because I would say,
do you remember the smell? They always had like a perfume in there.
Oh, okay, yeah. The perfume ads, yeah. I remember. Damn it! I keep saying yeah.
Man, we have gotten way off topic, and we are way over 2 hours.
Way too long. There's no way we can edit this down at this point, Rich. So just go with it.
All right. Well,
Oh my God!
I'm actually out of
October 2006 Playboy magazine, and there is a topic on the front cover called "Forbidden MySpace."
Oh my God!
Forbidden MySpace temptress sheds her taboos. Who is that? I don't even know who that is. Who was famous off Facebook? I mean, MySpace like that. Like Tila Tequila. I can't remember anyone that was like MySpace favors.
Tom.
I saw some meme and it was like Tom is like a saint. He took that money and ran. He didn't try to like swing elections. He didn't try to like change free speech crap. He just let you make a MySpace page and taught you a little bit about HTML.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Really, what happened to him?
I don't know.
Is he not doing anything?
He's probably like rolling in money.
Maybe he retired. I'm looking right now.
I would. Oh, Drizzle said we'd both be in his top 8.
Wait, top 8 what? Oh, and on MySpace?
MySpace.
Dude, it's been a while.
He retired at 40 and is now a travel photographer.
That's boring.
He posts on social media under the name MySpace Tom.
Uh-huh.
And his Instagram bio reads, former first friend, surfing, travel photos, architecture design, dog dad, SpaceX and CRISPR investor.
So he just took the money and ran.
Pretty much.
Basically, he is.
His photos are often taken in exotic destinations such as Thailand, Bhutan, and the Maldives.
Oh, Thomas Anderson, but his profile name Tom referred to today on MySpace. It was an acronym.
Oh, didn't know that. He started MySpace in 2003, collaborating with Krista Wolf, and he quit in 2009 and retired.
Dude,
he had a 6-year career.
All you need is a good idea.
I have been working for 6 of his careers.
Tom Anderson made a cameo appearance in the 2009 American comedy film Funny People, starring Adam Sandler. I've seen that. I do not recall. Well, freaking good on him.
Good on you.
Like, that is what I would do if I started some company, made millions of dollars. I would just run away.
I feel like if you created a company like MySpace or something stupid like that, it wouldn't last long because you'd get pissed off at your own users.
I mean, this is what they're using my website for? Burn it to the ground!
Kill it with fire.
Kill it! I used to be one of those MySpace growers. I was like, oh, you want to add HTML to your page? I got you. $20.
I still have the code saved on my hard drive for my MySpace page. You
want to add glittery rose gifs to your page?
Mine was very emo back in that day.
I remember I had my electric aneurysm because it's sort of like they spawned that music section, and that was actually pretty good for me. Like, that got me.
Doesn't it still exist?
No, it's gone. It's all gone. Everything's gone.
No.
Somebody actually scoured New Hampshire electronic
MySpace
artists.
Still exists. They still have the same logo. It's music.
Not.
Tom York is on the main page.
What are you freaking talking about?
He surprise released a new song.
Yeah, but it's
released a new track called 517.
Justin Timberlake bought MySpace.
No way.
Yeah, he did. And it became strictly music. And I literally haven't gone on it since.
No way. Justin Timberlake?
I'm pretty sure. Back when we were living with you in Texas was like around the last time that I used MySpace for my stupid profile. Can I still find myself? Let me see.
They actually lost everything from the original MySpace.
Oh, well, then I'm gone. No! Oh my god, I show up!
In June 2011, Specific Media Group and Justin Timberlake jointly purchased the company for $35 million.
Well, there you go.
That's crazy to think that in 2011...
That's not even a lot.
In 2011, it was still worth millions of dollars. Millions.
Dude, electric aneurysm still shows up.
In 2016, it was purchased by Time Incorporated. And then Time was purchased by Meredith Corporation in 2018. And Meredith spun off MySpace to its original holding company, Viant Technology.
They've retained none of my profile. There's no thumbnail. There's no profile information. There's no posts. There's no pictures. But they have 6 of my songs.
That's funny.
Because I used to have a profile as like in my. I don't know if you remember my profile picture.
You can log in to MySpace using your Facebook.
Is that ironic?
Yes.
I can't play anything though. I think it's broken. I don't know.
No way it's broken.
Well, I'm pressing play and it's not playing, but it might be because we're using audio through the... Maybe. I'm going to see if I can get in here. I don't remember what my password was 15 years ago.
Me either.
Maybe I used that one.
Actually,
Oh my God,
I might actually know what your password was 15 years ago.
Oh?
You only used like 3 different ones, and I do remember them.
I know the one that's only like 3 letters repeated over and over again. That is a name of a band.
Yep.
Yeah, that one does not work. Yeah, but I don't know what the email
What about
is.
the one about the cell phone company?
It's yes.
See,
I know that one.
I knew all of your passwords.
You don't know my 32-digit work password?
No, I don't. Except that I'm pretty sure it's just J.
How did you know? I'm gonna change it. To
Oh
that.
wow! Drizzle says they were part of a big data breach, so they may have reset your password.
Oh. Well, that doesn't help me because I can't
not.
get into MySpace. Wait, let me see. Forgot password? Let's see what they do. It wasn't my Gmail because literally.
I didn't even have Gmail when I had MySpace.
Yeah, I signed up for. I got invited to Gmail after I created a. So it must have been like my Hotmail. Remember my Hotmail?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try it. I'm trying it right now. Let's go see if it sent a request to my email. I probably did at some point after the fact create one using my Gmail, so this isn't gonna help.
So, do you want to end the show by chance?
Yeah, I thought we were done.
Yeah, we are. I'm gonna play the outro.
We know we can put that in post. We don't have to do that.
Tech Support. Check out drunktechsupport.com for audio downloads of our episodes, and catch video of the show now at youtube.drunktechsupport.com. Bye, Drizzle. Don't forget to smash that like button and be sure to turn on notifications.
Bye, Drizzle. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry about your hockey situation. Right? That's what you would say to somebody that watches hockey. Your hockey situation.